Hello, and welcome back to Dark Souls 2 in the Broom Tower by the Fume Knight. Last time I left off right outside the door, but this game doesn't reset enemy positions when you save and quit, so I have to start again from here. But I will be making an attempt at Fume Knight now. It's gonna be good, I hope. I hope it goes well. I know some bits about the fight, but not a lot. But it'll be time to just go straight into it. I don't know if it can be poisoned. I'm not going to have any of those equipped. And this is probably my best weapon to use, because I assume Fume Knight resists fire. If he doesn't, then I'd be shocked. I'm going to lock on just for now. See how it feels. Okay, very slow. I should be dead here. Okay. That sword attack is something that I should learn to deal with already. Okay, that's safe to roll to the right. Not two swings there. Okay, very greedy by me. I'm out of normal life gems almost. And I got one shot. Almost. This will probably be rough. I'm gonna try not to use any life gems, now that I've realized that I'm basically out. But yeah, it'll be fun! It's a totally new boss though. I haven't ever fought it, so it will be rough to start. I'll have to figure out timings on attacks. I'll have to figure out what attacks he actually does. There's a lot to learn. And I will probably resort to using the anti-hollow ring. What rings do I even have equipped? I already have the anti-hollow ring equipped. Okay. Oh, okay. I was sitting at low max HP there because I didn't want to waste effigies. Weird. These attacks are very weird feeling. I'm only gonna go for one hit every time. Okay, that was super slow. That's good to learn. Super slow on the vertical swing. Okay, I dodged that properly. I probably need to heal here because I probably die in one hit at that HP. Ooh, I didn't roll past. Yeah, I would have died if I hadn't healed, so that's fine. He's a lot faster with his small sword than I am prepared for. I should have been hit there. Okay, I'm gonna lock on for a bit, see how that goes. Okay. That's rough. That's 4 hits in a row. Okay. I can roll under that. If I roll too late on that first swing, I cannot roll for the second one. Which either means it's successfully dodge it or accept getting hit. I need to not even try to dodge. Of course, I also think doing the main story for a bit would make I would probably be able to get more than 6 Estus, and that would help a lot, but that felt fine. I didn't get to phase. I think there's 2 phases. There might be more, but I think there's only 2. I like the run to the boss, though. It's quick. My bloodstain's more important than a single hit. Yeah, just playing it safe. I shouldn't roll out, but that was an iffy roll, I think. I should be dead. Okay, I didn't know what that attack was going to be. And because I... Okay, yeah. If I fail roll that first light swing, I always get hit by the second light swing because I don't have time to roll. So I need to actually dodge, and I need to roll in the correct direction to get through his attacks, but... Learning. Very slow. But... I should track my deaths, but I just kind of want to keep going. Okay, where's my souls? Okay. Let's try 2 hits. Don't go for 2 hits. Oh, okay. That's a big swing. And I don't think I had time to roll there. That's good to know. So I don't greed in that sort of scenario because the hit will knock me down, stand me up, and I'll be killed before I can go anywhere. Before I can react. Well, it's going to be a lot of this, so... I can think of something else to talk about until there's something new. But I think there's nothing new until he phase changes. So, I can try to talk about something interesting, like... Oh, like, at a previous workplace that I worked, there's one of the things I had to do involved taking like metal molds out of a 400 something Celsius oven, I think. You know, it might have been 400 something Fahrenheit, which would be normal. I think my impression was that it was in Celsius, but it was actually Fahrenheit. But it was heating molds that were metal, and they got super hot, and the gloves we had to use to grab them weren't the best insulated. They were insulated enough, but if you had to hold the mold for more than 10-15 seconds, you would start to feel the heat very quickly. But feeling that heat, there were people, the person who taught me apparently didn't know that it was hot because they'd done it for so long that they stopped sort of feeling the heat. Which is sort of an interesting, apparently relatively common idea, like more within kitchens, but some people at least, who've worked in kitchens for long times apparently develop, like, they kill their hands' senses. Oh, that was bad. That was greedy. Okay, never roll in that direction, because he rotates like 270 degrees with it. Always roll through it. Learning. Yeah, like, they wouldn't feel the heat despite the fact that this metal mold was 400 plus Celsius. Like, it sits in an oven at, I think it's in the 400s Fahrenheit. Not Celsius, I keep switching because I don't normally use Fahrenheit. But it's like in the 400s Fahrenheit. It sits in there for like an hour or more so that it maintains its heat. And it is very hot. And the fact that you can potentially not feel that heat is kind of wild. Like, that you've killed the nerves in your hands that sense heat, I guess. To the extent that you don't feel pain. It's kind of crazy. That was a terrible roll direction, but I'm dead. I should have been dead. I'm dead. Oh, I'm just out of reach. I thought it might have been just in range. Ooh, I'm barely alive. I need to get a little further. Yeah, like, it's of note, the gloves that were used, basically, if after they were used for long enough, they would start to melt. And, like, they were enough insulation, so it wasn't actually, like, dangerous, as long as you didn't use them for too long. And, like, you swapped them when they started to... I'm dead. Like, as long as you swapped them before they started to break too much, but they would melt gradually if you held it too long. Well, they didn't actually melt. You didn't see them melt. But over being used, like, grabbing the molds out of the hot oven, 1, 2, 8, like 16, 20 times a day, and doing that every day, they would wear out reasonably quickly. It would take like a month maybe till they would start to crack, because they melt a little and then they solidify again, but plastics and rubber and stuff don't. Like they're like treated materials where after melting they don't return to the same state unless, you know, that's how it's when it's manufactured. So the heat gradually wears away. That was a bad roll, but it worked out. Ooh, okay, 3 swings there. And the punish there. Yeah, like it's sort of an interesting concept how you can lose all sense of feeling heat. I mean, you really shouldn't work in a way that leads to that, but if you can avoid it. Yeah, I should never go for 2, because you can jump out and then it just loses a lot of stamina for no reason. Wrong direction again. I'm gonna die here. If he does an attack, he didn't. Good. Pretty easy to roll through, as long as I'm actually prepared. I mean, this fight feels good. Oh. I know about that attack. I rolled too late. As in, I didn't roll at all, but... he was waiting for me to heal. Because sometimes they don't react to you healing. It's good to establish that they do indeed react and punish healing. Most of the time they do, but sometimes it's inconsistent. So I figured I'd check. And by I figured I'd check, I really mean I figured I'd take the risk that I'd be able to get a heal for free. I'm gonna be honest though, so far I'm preferring this fight to the Smelter Demon because A, the run is quicker. B, there's no guaranteed chip damage. Like, Smelter Demon, if your weapon is short, it isn't super long, you are guaranteed to take damage if you want to deal damage to the boss. Like, unless you're set up for longer range, you're guaranteed to be hit. Whereas this, it's not guaranteed. And if you take damage, it's because you're bad. Which I am. Again, that was a terrible direction to roll in. I should have been punished, but I wasn't. Again, I shouldn't go for 2 hits there. Because it's greedy, I need to heal. I am actually going to use life gem starting now. I might do a life bug next time I get to the second phase. Or bright bug. To sort of see how it goes. Because if it really improves, like it's 20% damage or something, which would be nice, and taking 20% less would also be nice. I should have been hit there. I rolled too into it and not sideways enough. Yeah, that's fine as long as I'm behind him when I roll. And that's greedy. He didn't punish me though. 2 hits should be okay. It's greedy, but it worked out. Ooh, okay, good. That swing was bad. One swing. Back out. I'm just trying it once to see how it goes. Okay, that takes way too long to use. If you hadn't used a slow attack, I would have died. Back out. Don't roll this way. Okay, and it doesn't save me from being one-shot by that attack, so I don't think bright bugs are necessary. They don't do enough. Though maybe it's just that attack is a guaranteed one-shot. I don't know. Maybe his other attacks don't kill me. I was just panicking, rolling in the wrong direction. But yes, it's... Heat and nerves are interesting, but same job, there was also kind of an interesting machine that... I think this machine actually got up to 500 or 600 Celsius because its purpose was to burn asphalt. Like, the asphalt cement that makes asphalt and black from like oil and all that. To burn that off, it needs to get to like 600 Celsius. Oh, okay, extra swing, that was bad. But it needs to get to that sort of super high temperature. And it's a relatively old machine, I think, at least design-wise, because it outputs data on a sheet of paper, and it's a heat-reactive, like, printer. Like, apparently, some, especially older, what are they called? Receipts? Receipts are printed or were printed on heat reactive paper where instead of ink, the stuff, it applied heat to type, basically, for words and stuff and letters. And this machine, that the oven component gets up to like 600 Celsius, it prints out the lab results on a heat reactive paper. I'm dead. I'm not dead. I'm lucky. I'm dead. I'm bad. And the heat reactive paper outputs, I don't know, 30 centimeters from the opening. So if you do the test, it prints it out. If you don't take the sheet right away before you even open it, and you open it early and leave it open for a little bit too long, the heat will seep into the air, and because it's 400 plus Celsius, the heat will quickly make the information unreadable. And it's a great design, like having the printed out results of your lab test that is potentially not replicable, because you might not have extra material. Like having that be right beside a source of heat is super interesting, because why would you do it that way? Wouldn't it be better to have the output somewhere a little bit more secure? Obviously it's user error if they mess up, but it's still a little bit easier, I think, to just have it output on a... Okay, that's really slow and really wide. I'm dead. And having it output somewhere else would just be a better choice. But it's still fun. Like, you can take one of the sheets afterwards when you don't need it and you've recorded all the information, and just... You have to let the oven cool down afterwards. But if you're just letting it sit, cooling down, you open it up a bit, you put the sheet near the door, instantly turns black. It's pretty fun from a I'm bored and there's not a lot going on coincidentally today perspective. Like, I think it's a good time, you know? When you're really bored and have nothing you need to do or can do. Obviously, you're working at a job, so you really should be doing something, but... I'm dead, but I'm not, because I rolled late enough that I was still on the ground when I... greedy, I'm out of stamina. I'm dead. Yeah, because I greeted. I ran out of stamina. But yeah, the heat is kind of crazy. And like, this is a thing that actually had proper gloves to work with, because it doesn't require actually touching the sample. So you don't need manual dexterity. So it had like these thick gloves, and you didn't even touch it. You had to wear thick gloves and a face mask to protect your face from the heat. Like a plastic screen, because the heat won't get to your face as easily, because that is actually enough. Because you're standing a meter away, because you have to put it in with an aluminum... pole is not quite the right word, but like an aluminum pole thing that slots into the sample tray. I'm dead. Yes, it was a greedy heal. Yeah, it slots in underneath. You could put it in and then you have to unlatch it, pull it out. But you don't get, like, you stay a good half meter away from the oven. And even then, wearing clothes, wearing an apron to provide a little bit of extra, just a little bit of extra insulation, it's still incredibly hot. And the gloves, you're wearing gloves as, you know, safety. But you're not even directly touching it, but you would definitely need to wear gloves because of how hot it is. Which I find very interesting. The, like, degree of heat necessary to burn asphalt. Yeah, I didn't mean to do that. I got saved by him blocking. I'm just gonna try and play a little better. I deserve to be hit there. Okay, this is safe. So this, I think that attack with the fire thing is supposedly what lets, if you can maintain that attack, he won't phase change to the second phase. I need to regen stamina. Yeah, that's like a 300-degree swing. I'm dead. I'm not dead. He didn't punish me. He was finished with his previous attack a little faster than I thought. So I thought I was going to get punished, but I didn't. Like, that delays his next phase, apparently. Bad roll. I'm lucky I didn't get hit. I need to regen stamina. That was greedy. For that exact reason. I should be safe. Greedy. Good thing he jumped instead of attacking. Okay, phase change. I can probably attack him here, I'm not sure. I can definitely attack him there. I rolled way too early. I rolled way too early. I thought it was going to swing faster. But it's fine. Other fun topics that I've thought about. Oh yeah, I listened to the same podcast that I've talked about a few times. No Such Thing as a Fish. Old episode. They have a fact about tug of war, because apparently in Taiwan, somewhere in Southeast Asia, I can't remember because it's been like a week since I've listened to it. Well, no, they talked about how the Taiwanese team who has to go by Chinese Taipei is like the best at the professional sport of tug of war. And they talked about that for a while, so that's I think why I can't remember the whether it was in Taiwan. But there was an event where, for a festival, there was tug of war being done, and someone's arm got ripped off, or two people's arms got ripped off, because it wasn't being done with appropriate caution. Okay, that's not a good way to roll, but it's consistently safe, I think. But yeah, like, Tug of War, there's a Tug of War Federation, like Tug of War International Federation or something. It's like TWIF is the name, I believe. That was so greedy to heal there, holy. Okay, I still got the hit. Because it's just kind of interesting that, like, it's not even a dig on people who are into professional tug of war. I actually, like, like, you have to respect the personal, you enjoy the sport, so you play the sport, or you watch the sport even. I just think it's kind of like how Quidditch. Terrible. I forget that it's a 300-degree arc. I always need to roll through that. I need to remember that it's a crazy arc that I cannot dodge unless I'm actively behind him. It's just interesting that there's a federation that exists. It's TWIF. They have a website that's like tugofwar-twif.org or something. And there's one of the first things on their front page is about doping, which is kind of funny. Because, like, traditionally Tug of War is just a fun, silly game that you play as a kid and then never play ever again in your life. Or at least me. I don't know if I mean, I probably played it once or twice as a kid. That was bad. But even then, I don't actually remember playing Tug of War. Because it wasn't exactly a popular activity to play. Because, I mean, you need a rope. You can't play Tug of War at recess because you don't have a rope. That was... oh, I should have died there. Yeah, like... it's one of those things where it's like, if there was a professional tag federation or whatever, it would be kind of just as interesting. But I think a professional tag would be a little bit more... punished. Okay, good to know. I should have already known that. I'm just thinking too much about tag and how... trying to formulate sentences. Like, tag is a very easy game to play. Well, actually, that's a key difference. It's a game. Drinking water. Like... I don't know. Is Tug of War a game? It's not really much of a game. I guess it is. It's sort of an interesting thought to me, because I wouldn't think of Tug of War as a game so much as I would think of it as an event. Like, people planned people planned a game of Tug of War, so I think I would still call it a game. But it's not a game you would just play with friends, or at least not a game I would play with friends when I was younger. But I certainly wouldn't play Tug of War with people now. Because, like, Tug of War is not really that interesting. And it's a game of traction. I call it a game again, though. So I rolled the correct direction for that attack. Yeah, I should never do that. If he only swings once, it's not safe to attack. I should be fine. I think he might actually be able to punish that heal, though. I think technically I want to try to get him to do the vertical attack that triggers this to delay the next phase. Rolled the correct direction this time. Out of stamina, though. I could have probably been fine without rolling there. That was way early, but it was the correct direction. I should be able to heal. That's greedy, 'cause I think he can punish that fairly consistently. Don't go for 2. Bad roll. Half stamina. Too early again. I'm focusing too much on the fact that I need to roll back and not enough on the fact that I need to actually time the roll. Let's just step back. Okay, that one-shots me anyway. The camera was messy. I was in a bad position. I should have just backed away, pulled him towards the center. Yeah, actually, I'm talking about tug of war and stuff. I could talk about, you know, classic games from childhood and curiosity of, like, did everyone play the same games? Like, tag, obviously, universal. Was the game called Manhunt, which is basically just tag, except once you get caught, you join the tagger's team. Like, is that a common game? I don't know. I don't know if that's the name used everywhere. But that was a popular, very popular game. Probably the best playground game that I can remember. But it's less of a curiosity because, like, I can't remember the specifics because it's been a long time. I think for a while, you know, when in the age of playing on play structures, I can't remember. I think there was some, like, variant. Ooh, I rolled a little too early. There's some variant of, like, Marco Polo that I think got played on playgrounds where, because to me Marco Polo's somehow more of a swimming game. That might not be true, but, like, the tagger would have to have their eyes closed, but there were specific rules, like when on the play structure they could open their eyes, I assume is the rule, because that otherwise they can have their eyes open in the sand pit, but once they're on the structure they have to close their eyes. That would be a very dangerous game compared to the opposite. But I can't remember the specifics for the life of me. It might not even have been called Marco Polo. I just know that the game was all about the tagger having their eyes closed, trying to find people. Greedy. And that was the main conceit of the game. And so the specifics are forgettable. And, like, I don't think technically it was Marco Polo because making noise was explicitly to taunt the tagger. It was never them yelling Marco and then you yelling Polo, in my memory. But it was always like, you make noise so that you're like, oh, we're over here, and then you move, and then they don't know where you are anymore. And it's just messing with them in that sort of way. As opposed to it being a mandatory, if they yell Marco, you need to yell Polo type thing. Oosh. I rolled late. Like, I'm not sure. In my mind, Marco Polo is a swimming game, because I think during, like, swimming lessons, when it was, like, fun playtime, we would play Marco Polo occasionally. And the reason it sticks in my head is because there's a specific, let's call it a strategy, of just staying underwater so that you don't have to yell Polo. I believe. And, like, that was the strategy. There's also other, like, lamb and wolf games that I think were played in that, but that would have been... I think those types of swimming lessons were done when I was, like, 10. So it's been a very long time. I don't need to roll there. I could save stamina on that. Oh, I was out of stamina. I shouldn't have swung after I recovered. That was a bad play. I should have rolled. I thought he was done. That was a bad attempt. I'm enjoying the fight more, though. I actually kind of... Every death feels like I'm bad, as opposed to... Well, I mean, getting one shot by normal slice is, again, me being bad, but it still feels bad that he does that much damage, but it's also my fault that I have this low vigor. It's a self-induced attempt. Actually, I wanted to talk about that, like... Because, to me... Getting one shot by bosses is reasonable. Well, not ideal, but... It means you have to learn to dodge attacks. So it's more appealing to me, but it's also like a self-inflicted type of challenge that to me is more appealing than something like a soul level 1 run. Because for me, I shouldn't have swung there, I'm out of stamina. Yep. I'm not dead, though. I got lucky. Because the soul level 1 run doesn't appeal to me, because anything like that needs to be very well planned. Because you have to have a weapon you're going to use, because you can't use any of the fun weapons. Like, your options are very limited for equipment, and that doesn't appeal to me. But going through the game without intentionally leveling up vigor, because you get HP from all the skills in this game, but greedy. It worked, but it was greedy. Like, I should have been punished for that heal right in his face. Like, yeah, because for me, not leveling HP. That was bad. I thought he was going for a swing with his sword. Even if he was swinging his sword, I would have been hit. Like, not being able to get hit makes it harder. But for me, it means that I have to actually learn how to fight the enemy. Like, my first Elden Ring playthrough that I never actually finished because I got to Millennia and kind of couldn't beat it, and I didn't want to continue the game without beating Millennia, so I beat Millennia on a second playthrough because it was months later and I couldn't remember how that first character played. But like, that character I got to Radahn before he got nerfed. I got to that with like maybe 15 or 20 levels in HP. And that was much more interesting than my encounter with him in my second playthrough, where I had leveled HP. I was over leveled a little, like I was like level 80, which is a bit high compared to where I could have been or should have been if I wanted the fight to be difficult after it was nerfed. Because it was made easier and I had more HP, so I could take a couple hits without dying, and that made the fight... It didn't feel like I'd beaten it, it felt like I got lucky. Or not lucky, it felt like I just sort of face tanked it, kinda, like... Because for me, I don't want the option of face tanking a boss. Bad. That was greedy. Though, honestly, exchanging some HP to get damage in is not that bad, because I keep dying without using all my Estus, so... It's actually probably in my best interest to get as much damage as I can. So yeah, I can get a couple hits in there. I'd looked away for a fraction of a second for some reason. Like, I don't know why I didn't dodge that. I think I was distracted by movement. That was bad. I should have rolled. I also didn't expect it to be that quick, where he hopped back, then instantly went to a lunge, but that's my mistake. Yeah, like, if that hit didn't kill me and I had 10 Estus that I could recover, 10 Estus with +5, I wouldn't have to learn it as well. Because I actually think, damage-wise, if I had twice my total max HP right now, I think, assuming the hits wouldn't one-shot me. Like, assuming they wouldn't one-shot me anyway. Which Might not be true. They might one-shot you. Ooh. Yeah, no. I shouldn't do that. Like, assuming I don't get one-shot if I had 2,000 HP. I assume I wouldn't be one-shot. So, greedy. I didn't get punished. He could have swung 2 more times there, and he didn't, so I didn't get punished. For running out of stamina. But greedy. I'm lucky he didn't punish me. He should have punished me there. Healing here is dumb. Only 1 swing. A vertical swing would be great about now. Let's go for 3. Which might be a bit too greedy. Oh, that's bad. That first roll was really bad. Ah, faster than I thought it was. Okay. He has a really fast diagonal left to right swing. Okay, only a couple more tries for today. But I think it is progress. Like, I'm making progress. I think I have most of the attacks for the first phase understood. I don't respond properly, but I think I know the attacks enough, in theory. I still don't have, even slightly, I still don't have the timings for the second phase. And I'll have to learn that. Oh, that still fakes me out. I'm always expecting him to attack twice there. Come on. I hate when bosses do this. That was an iffy roll, but it worked out. I'm out of stamina though. Not punished. Yeah, I should probably never swing on that. Rolling backwards on that is risky. I should never do 2 attacks on that. It's way too greedy, because I'm always going to run out of stamina if I do. Yeah. Let's not life gem. Let's accept trying to do this and then die. Realizing that my decision to Estus was too late. If I'd Estus right away, I would have been fine. But the decision to, like, try a life gem, decide not to do a life gem, then going to an Estus was not the right choice. It took too long to get to. If I'd used a life gem right away, it would have been fine. If I'd Estus right away, it would have been fine. But the indecision is an issue. You know what? Since I don't want to use Radiance anyway, but I'll leave Radiance on my bar in case I'm about to win. But I won't casually attempt to use a Radiant Life Gem like in the first 50% of the boss. I will use it in the bottom 25% if I get there and I can heal safely. And I'm out of Estus. I do realize that I could go buy more life gems because I am sitting on 28k souls. So if I greedy, that terrible choice. So if I left and if I save quit and then traveled back to Majula, I could stock up on normal life gems. Greedy, I shouldn't have swung that. That was lucky. Can I do this? I can. That's safe enough. Doesn't seem greedy. But yeah, when bosses just sort of stand here, it's really annoying. Greedy. Should never go for that. I need to stop going for 2. Only go for 1 ever. Yeah, that's safe. Just keep walking. Yeah, as long as I roll like that, I can always just walk for the stab. And it seems totally consistent. I hate this. Yeah, that's so consistent. If they go for the stab at all. Instead of the swing. Okay. Bad. I'm out of stamina. I barely survived that. I would have died. Because that second swing should have hit. But I just barely regen stamina as I was mashing the dodge. I need to fight in a better location. bad roll way early. It worked out, but it was a bad roll. Like, just because the results are good doesn't mean it was a good roll. He's about to phase change. I need stamina to get 3 free hits. I think that third hit was greedy. I think I should have been punished. I was slow on that. Yeah, I think going for 3 hits is too greedy. I think I should only ever go for 2. But I think I can semi-consistently get to the second phase. That's progress for 1 episode. So I will continue right here next time. And I'm going to just sort this because it's bugging me. Oh, maybe I put this there. I'm even less likely to waste those. Let's leave the bright bug. I'm actually kind of enjoying the fight. And I would rather try to use them on Smelter Demon. A fight that I don't really enjoy because chip damage is annoying. Yeah, so I'll stop here for today. I feel like I'm missing... There's supposed to be 12 of these? Did I not pick up all the ones from around here? No, wait. I don't know. I don't actually know what's up. But yeah. I'll wrap up here. I'll continue hunting the Fume Knight next time. And it will be fun, because I actually think it's a good fight. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.